where service is the jewel in the rock of attainment.
And they even have a hemp car made out of hemp. And but it's I don't know how that works, but they manufacture these products, all natural, and then they put them in these conveyances, which are attached to the shuttles in the tunnels, and they transport them. Their goods and things like this to other garden cities in the Earth's crust. So there's commerce going on between the cities that are in the Earth's crust constantly. There's no, like I said, there's no monetary trade or no monetary payment. It's all on a barter system. Barter and trade. Trade and barter. They have a cashless society as well. They're not strangers to gold, because I saw a lot of it. But they use gold for other things in Telos. I've seen nuggets in Telos laying on the side of these crystal walkways that were about the size of a good size Volkswagen, maybe. Huge nuggets of solid gold. So they have, there's gold down there, but there's no value to it as you have on the surface.
So they use it primarily as a metal.
Yeah, as a metal. Just as a metal, or in metal objects and things, and mix it with other things. Huh. But they don't use it for any. But sometimes when some of the Telosians come to the surface and trade in the city of Mount Shasta, they bring gold discs with them to buy whatever they want to get at Mount Shasta, and they pay with these gold discs. They
don't have any dollars.
Images, no images on them, as you would have gold coins on the surface. They're just gold discs. They're made of solid gold, of course, and they can pay with those on the surface. I think at one time I saw one of those gold discs when I was in Mount Shasta a long, long time ago. That someone had one of the stores had one that they had. I said, that's a strange looking coin. They said, well, we don't. It's not a coin. It's just it's made out of gold, but it's a disc, a gold disc. Looks like a coin, but it doesn't have any markings on it or anything like that. And but it. I said, well, where'd that come from? They said, we don't know. It was people that came into the store, bought some bunch of fruit, and dropped this on the counter, and walked out. But it was solid gold, so it's not like they're going to say, "Hey, you can't do that." Right? But so they bring gold to the surface with them whenever they go into Mount Shasta to pay for whatever they buy. And that's been going on. That's been going on for a long time in Mount Shasta.
The people from Telos come to the surface often?
Well, not recently, but in the past, like way back in the 60s and 70s, they came out more frequently. But of course now, because of the pollutants in the air and stuff like that, they kind of stay inside. Very seldom do they come to the surface. Only a few of them come to the surface to frolic on the slopes of Mount Shasta, or Adama comes to the surface to make communications with people on the surface. But getting back to the city is built in a circular pattern. There's a lot of parks there. Of course, there's no concrete there. It's just like crystal walkways, but they're not touching the ground. They're above the ground. It was quite unique because they don't want anything to harm Mother Gaia. So everything is basically walkways and things of this nature, or above the ground, about 8 inches above the ground. So they don't touch whatever they have. It does not touch the actual Mother Earth, for fear they may hurt it. No fear, of course, but they don't have fear. I saw saber-toothed tigers in there walking with people, and it was just like they were about as docile as a house cat. Of course, some house cats aren't docile, but a lot of like these. Just like they were a pet, but they weren't a pet. They didn't have no collars around them. They were walking right side by side with people, and I saw other creatures that were extinct on the surface. They had not a T-Rex, but they had what would be considered I don't know what that thing's called. It looks almost like an ostrich, but it's completely bare of any feathers.
Okay.
And people were riding those on the backs of them. So
very interesting.
Yes, it is. So
did you get a chance to drive? Did you get a chance to go on any of those animals at all? Ride on them?
Not the first trip, no, because it was a guided tour.
Oh, yeah, that's right. So.
Yeah, and the next time you come, you'll be able to indulge in some of the activities that they have there. We went into one structure, and there was a whole bunch of instruments that I couldn't even begin to explain to you what they looked like, but they made sounds, and there was people playing them, and they said there was beautiful music, far more exquisite than anything you could hear on the surface. A lot of stringed instruments, stringed harps and violins and guitars, but they also had some other instruments that you would defy description, I guess, because they're made out of long tubes, look like almost like long tubes of crystal with holes in them, and they would blow through them, and they would make beautiful sounds coming through them, not like a flute, but similar. And of course, I went into one of the Telosian ships, which was quite interesting to see. The ships are translucent, meaning even when you walk up to them, they look almost clear, and from the outside. And when you get inside, of course, you look out and you also see out on the outside clear. They are so sort of like when they take off into the atmosphere. It's almost like you're looking up in the sky and you see like a distortion in the sky, but yet there's a ship there, and it's translucent, so you can't really see an actual form. It's
interesting.
Yeah.
So is that made of crystal also, or a combination of minerals or metals?
A combination of minerals. Maybe. I'm not sure. I won't say metal, but they have, like I said, these crafts can. That's why a lot of their ships, when they take off, at night you see them as a glow, but in the daytime you won't actually see them because they distort the area around them to blend in with the sky. So you can't really actually see them, even if they're there.
That's quite interesting.
That's how good their capability of cloaking is.
And most of the ships are like that? They're all made translucent?
No, not most of them. Just the ones that they send out to observe what's going on over military bases and stuff like this. And what's interesting is the Agarthans are descendants from the Lemurians. And but they call themselves Telosians because they live in the city of Telos. Now, Telos also has a second city, an extension of it, and it's beneath Mount Lassen, California. And that's another, we took a trip over there as well. And it was similar to the one to Telos as well, but it was a little smaller in the domed city. But it is directly beneath Mount Lassen. And when Mount Lassen blows up, or it erupts, you can actually see the lava go around the dome and up to the top. It's like it's strange because it's a clear dome, and all of a sudden you see this flow of lava going up over the dome and out through a shaft to the top. It's like they have a controlled flow of lava.
I wonder if they can use that as heat.
Oh, I'm sure they can.
But it's completely impenetrable, and it can't melt.
Extremely impenetrable. What's that? Yeah,
so it doesn't melt. Right, the dome can't melt at all.
And it doesn't melt. I asked them what was their secret with that, and they said, well, it's a mixture of crystal and blended together with hemp. But it's also translucent. And I said, well,
that's a different kind of. It's quite a different type of technology that's
out
there.
Yes, it is. It's highly advanced. Highly advanced.
Yes.
And of course, when my tour was over and got back in the shuttle, they said, now you can tell your superiors that the city is here, but you can't describe all that you saw. Only what's necessary for you to tell them. I said, I understand. So when I went back, they asked me, first thing they asked me was, what is their military capability?
Of course.
I said, well, let's put it this way. If they were our enemy, we wouldn't stand a chance.
And then what did they say to that?
You've got to be joking. I said, no, I'm quite serious, actually. I said, their technology is far advanced of ours. They use everything natural. And what do you mean natural? I said, well, they use hemp, in their construction of a lot of their structures. And they said, well, what is their government like? And I said, not like any government we have. And they said, well, how so? I said, well, they're always in agreement. There is no disagreement between them. And say, well, is there any chance of us gaining access to their technology? I said, only if they wanted you to. Which, of course, later on, they did allow them to examine their shuttle. And then, of course, then the Area 51 fashions a lot of their shuttles after the shuttles in the ones that go in the tubes.
So they have shared. So the Agarthans have shared many of some technology with the surface.
But not anything that's going to be able to be used as a weapon of any sort.
Yes, absolutely.
Because they don't allow weapons at all.
Yeah, they don't believe in it. Right.
Oh no.
Okay. Yeah.
No, absolutely not.
Okay. Well, I think it's probably time to stop where we are. Okay. And then we'll go on to the next. Yes.
A follow-up on Azama. In July of 2012, there were 4 of us sitting.
Peter, Tardis.
Yes.
Finish off with the experiences that we have all had, including yourself, because that could be another 15, 20 minutes worth of information. And that's kind of an exciting part, an exciting, exciting chapter in our experiences, in Telos. Could we save that for the next time?
That's a good strategy.
Yeah, I think so. So this will be the next cliffhanger. So we will hear in a couple of weeks the experience of Peter Tardis and a few of the others that are from this surface about their experiences in Telos. So we could start there, and then we'll see how we do moving into information about Hollow Earth. How about that?
Perfect.
Okay. Is there anything else, Tardis, while we have you on the phone that you would like to say?
Yes.
Before we bring Zora in. Mm-hmm.
I saw Adama also in Telos, so that gives 2 different sources of having met Adama.
Mm-hmm. Wonderful.
And that's what I'll talk about next time.
Oh, wonderful. We can't wait. Hey, Anne?
Yeah, I'm here. Mm-hmm.
Lady Nada, is there anything else that we need to bring up at this time?
Oh, no. I love your cliffhangers. I think that is great. You leave us with a cliffhanger every episode. So I just want to thank Zoraia for obviously taking the time to not gloss over but go into the details. I think you even mentioned some things that Quasar's never heard before. So
probably.
Thank you so much. Zoraia, we're very grateful for you sharing your own personal experience. This is something that is not recorded in our earlier introduction to you back in 2011, where you did go into Area 51, but this rerun, that this is now what, episode 3? Is this, Quasar? Or?
No, this is now episode 4.
4. So and all the previous ones are sitting right there on Blog Talk Radio. So listen to them in sequence. This is information you'll never find anyplace else. Eyewitness participation. And again, the difference is inner Earth is cavities within the Earth's crust, always under mountains, and hollow Earth is after
not
you
just
pass.
Under mountains. Not just under mountains. These tunnels placate the entire inner Earth, not just under the United States, but under the foreign countries as well. There's one area in Bavaria known as the Eagle's Nest. The Eagle's Nest was a stronghold for Hitler during World War II. Underneath the shaft that goes up to Hitler's Eagle's Nest, if you go down instead of up, you'll go down into another shaft, and in that shaft there's a door that you have to have. There's a code. You have to knock on this particular type door, and the door will open. When the door opens, you walk into another shuttle station that goes into the Garden City beneath that mountain that this Eagle's Nest is on. So there's a subterranean city beneath the Eagle's Nest, and that's in Bavaria. So, of course, that's yet another story, or another segment, if you will. But
I bet everybody's mind is going round and round, thinking that's how he escaped. That's how he he's probably still alive in Hollow Earth somewhere. So.
No, Hitler did not die at the bunker, but he was transported secretly to South America, where he died.
Oh. Huh.
And of course, that's another story. But anyway,
you've got good stories, Ray. These are great.
Well, yeah, but they're not just stories; they're facts.
I know.
Anyway, and I read the escape, how Hitler, disappeared from the bunker in Berlin. It was a lookalike a lookalike of him and von Braun that was burned there at Berlin. It wasn't there wasn't them really. It was someone that looked like them. But anyway, so yeah, but that's yet another segment. Anyway,
yes, well, I'm going to write that down so I remember to bring this up.
I'm gonna shut up and let my father come through. So that feeling tapping on my shoulder here. So I'm going to be quiet, and then next voice you hear will be him from me.
Thank you. Thank you again. We're very grateful, Zaraya. It's been wonderful. Thank you.
Oh, you're welcome.
Okay, dear. Have fun wherever you go. I know you always do. And we look forward to talking with your dad any second now.
Yep.
So, okay. Talk to you later.
Okay.
Okay, dear. Bye. So what is happening now, as our lovely, wonderful Anne had mentioned earlier, is now Billy is leaving. He's leaving his vessel, which is his body, and going to wherever Zora is at, and Zora will now take over Zaraya's body in full. So they do a complete soul swap. So Zaraya is no longer
master.
Well, indeed. Hello there, Zora. Lovely to hear your voice.
And how be you this day?
Well, we are fine. And, of course, our great hosts, Anne and Peter, are here as well.
Indeed.
Hello,
and how are you, beloved masters?
We're very well. We're just having a wonderful time. And Zaraya is giving us, I think it's good preparation for the coming events that we will be moving through, and we got a good introduction to Talos today and the inner earth, and we're very grateful that Zaraya is giving us all this information, and I think this is going to prepare us for. Will we be in contact with the Agarthians as we go through our ascension, Zara?
Say again?
Well, since we were introduced to the Agarthans today by Zaraya, I'm wondering if that is good preparation for our own introduction to them in the coming days.
Oh, indeed. Indeed. Some of your mentors will be Agarthans.
Oh, and you want to tell us any more about that? That's kind of another one of these cliffhangers. What does that mean?
Well, the Agarthans are what is termed as a race of beings in the crust of your planet, and they are quite intelligent and they are quite advanced as well. And of course, we will be using their services as mentors to come to the surface to educate the surface dwellers. And of course, that will be happening. I will not give a date because you know how you do not like dates. But anyway, so we will have visitation from some Agarthans in the near foreseeable future. So, that being said, we shall continue on with what it seems to be on everyone's mind. And I will speak briefly on that as well. and that is the global currency reset, or reval, if you term it that way. You have what is termed as the U.S. Treasury is trying to do what is termed as to bring forth the revaluation of the three currencies that are, or four currencies that are in the process of being revalued at this time. One is called the dinar, one is called the VNM, and one is called what is termed as the rupee from Indonesia, and you have what is termed as the Zimbabwe currency as well, in what you would term as the first basket, as they are so termed. And of course, then the other currencies will follow henceforth from there. All the peoples that are listening from foreign countries, your countries will be doing likewise. They will be revaluing your currency as well, and it will also raise in value, because it is time for the Mother Gaia to be free of poverty.
Yeah.
Indeed?
Yes, that is so important, Zora.
Indeed it is.
So, and of course...
And of course, as I had said before, it is happening even now as we speak. So,
it is, yes.
Yes.
I was just going to say, we know that it has been happening in other parts of the world. However, it hasn't reached the United States. And speaking for many people that are out there who have spoken about their frustration and their, not anxiety, perhaps maybe anxiety, but anticipation for this, they have been holding on for so long, it's very difficult for them right now to believe that it's actually going to come alive.
Indeed. And I will say this to you. Do not waver in your, what is called, in your steadfast belief. Believe that it will happen. Understand this. Thought is the creator, as thought always is. And whatever you think will come to pass. If you think it is not believable, what are you bringing forth? You are bringing forth a delay. Every time you do what is termed as waver in your your blessing that is coming upon you, you hinder it yourself by doing what is termed as one beautiful being, Richard Beery, beloved master, has come to what is termed the realization that it has already occurred. And this is the mindset that is important for all of you to do. By thinking, changing your way of thought, and thinking you already have your blessing, then it will manifest accordingly. So, instead of thinking it is not going to happen, change your attitude and your understanding that you have already received it. And then it will come about as it is doing even as we speak, even now. There's also what is termed as politics involved in this. And they are wanting to do what is termed as to bring it forth in what is termed the first day of the month of December. That is an ideal time for it to come to pass. As I said though, you wish to change your way of thinking. Think that you have already received your blessing, and then go from there. you have received your blessing in your subconscious mind. Now it needs to catch up with your conscious mind. Understand?
Yes, we do.
Indeed.
Zora.
So, everyone, from this day forward, think as if you have already received your blessing, your revaluation, and it will come swiftly, straightway. Drop your, what is termed your unbelief. Drop your, what is termed, what naysayers are saying, what other peoples that have been on your World Wide Web of information. Just disregard what was said when the terms it is a scam, or it is not happening, or it is not going to happen. Even many of you, one of the banks are even saying they will not support what is happening. And it is what is termed as an excuse that was given to them to give to the public, to continue to sway you away from your blessing. But you do not want this. You want it now. You want it now. You want it now. Indeed?
Absolutely, Zora. You know, the other thing, too, is since we're talking a little bit about the reval, and this is for some of you, or for many of you that have already invested in purchasing, you know, any of these currencies. And I know that 2 weeks ago we had mentioned, through Zora, we had mentioned Tony, who has been involved in this for quite some time. And now we also are hearing of people that are saying that he's not credible, that he's a fake, and that he is he's been telling lies, etc. And Zora, you were the one that had said that he was of the light. So
indeed he is. I will expound upon this.
Thank you.
Tony is what is termed as his planet is what it would be termed as Mushaban. And that is a wondrous race of beings that is in the star system known as the Pleiades, or the Seven Sisters. Now, what is called his part in this, it was given unto him, and he agreed upon it, to bring forth the information concerning your revaluation. Now, you also have those which is termed as the unbelievers, as they are so termed, are the ones that are doing what is misinformation, stating that he is not of the light, or that he is a scam, or he is a con, or something of this nature. I can assure you he is not. He is a messenger from the Galactic Federation of Light. And he is put here for that purpose. He is here to give you words of comfort, words of edification, words of upliftment, things of this nature. He is what is termed as the messenger that was appointed to give forth the truth. And what he is speaking of is happening. And what he is giving to you is what he is receiving from what is termed as the agencies that are in charge of what is termed as the revaluation. And it is coming to pass. I can assure you of this. He is what is called one of many that is giving correct information. Another that is giving accurate information is one which is called the mountain goat. That is also in alignment with Tony's what is called transmissions.
So, Zora?
Indeed.
Well, okay. So many of us have these. Now, of course, there are always naysayers. There have been naysayers in regards to ascension. There have been naysayers in regards to disclosure. There have been naysayers in regards to, this revaluation and the prosperity programs and full ascension and moving into a higher dimensions, etc. There are always going to be negativity that will be your challenge, our challenge, to say, no, look at it from your heart mind and see if that's the truth that you feel for yourself, right?
This is correct. You must understand that your heart mind is your mind, your literal mind. Your thinking, your rationalization in mind is in your heart cavity. Your heart is your mind, and your mind is your heart. The organ that is in what is termed up in the skull is what is called a vault of knowledge. Nothing more. It is a vault of knowledge. It's where all the knowledge from the heart mind is stored in the vault of knowledge. Now, and of course they are interconnected. So you have what is termed as, you are always going, not always, but up until the point where the mind shift has shifted to that full fifth dimension. At that point, all doubts, all negativity, duality, and things of this nature will be naught. They will be naught, meaning they will not be, they will be a no thing. Your mindset shall change to that of pure harmony and peace. And when this occurs, then you will understand all that has been taught you through these transmissions from myself. When you receive this change in thought and change in mind, all doubt and all fear and all negativity will no longer be a part of your makeup, as is so termed. You will be galactic humans, meaning you will no longer be three-dimensional thought. You will be five-dimensional thought. And when you have reached that point, then you step into the other stages of sixth dimension. And what a joyful journey that will be. Now, everyone in the sound of my voice, within the sound of my voice, take into your own mind that this is reality. This is not a, what's called, possibility, intention, possibility, or what is called a scenario, you should term it. It is reality. You are going to be blessed with what is termed an abundance of prosperity. And this is just the beginning. You have what is termed as the Nasara. That is going to free up currencies, free up what is called wealth that has been hidden from you for eons of time. It is going to loosen the what is termed the storehouses of prosperity upon the planet. You will have what is also called, you have the Saint Germain Trust. That is another quadrillion, not trillion, quadrillion, or even more of wealth that is coming upon your world. So the revival is nothing compared to what is coming. This is just what is termed a drop in the ocean compared to what you are about to receive. Now, and many complain that you have what is termed as, well, the rates were at a high rate and now they are dropping. What did you have before? Nothing. What are you having now? Abundance. What are you going to have? More abundance. And then what will you have? Even more abundance. So why complain ye about this small thing of the RV? You are going to be what is termed as rich beyond your possible imagination. But, as I have said before, then you have the responsibility to make those that are less fortunate rich as well. And it goes back to sharing again. But the rebound is happening even as we speak. They are trying to, doing what is termed, your governments are trying to bring this about between now and the morrow, meaning the first. Even if they do what is termed as to release to what is termed the 800 numbers, as you term them, today, many of you will still not be able to go to your exchange centers until of the Monday. Is that not so?
That is so, Zora.
And many will be able to cash out or not cash out, but exchange currencies once they have received the 800 numbers today, and many will have to wait until the Monday, because only a very few banks are open on Sunday. One, I venture to say, is U.S. Bank. But many of the others are not. So, many are going to exchange today or tonight, tomorrow, and then Monday, and then what is termed your party shall begin.
That will be wonderful for many of us, for all of us, Zora.
Indeed. Just hold fast to the knowingness that you are now blessed. Not will be, but are. I am blessed. Looking at what is termed in front of me, I have what is called a forum, it is so termed, on the screen. It is scrolling downward. And it is what is called a TNT dinar forum. And they are speaking of what is transpiring even now. They are all speaking of, one here, what is the one? I am still going to Wells Fargo. I want perks from everyone. There are many things being said here. But anyway, getting back to what I'm saying, they are speaking positively.
Yes.
You need to do the same. Speak only of positive reinforcement that it is happening now. And then powers that be, or the powers that are in charge of this, releasing this, they shall be receiving your input, your influence, straightway. Once you say, I am blessed now, I am receiving my blessing now, that instant, the moment you think it, it shall be transmitted to the ones that are ready to release it. So, you wish to have the revow?
Yes.
Then say, I already have it. I already have my blessing. It is done. It is finished. It is done. And hold fast to that. And then anyone that says otherwise, disregard it, take it from your mind, do not listen to it, do not believe it, that it is not happening. It is happening even now as we speak. You are to be blessed in far more ways than you could possibly imagine. Your world is changing. Ison the comet. That was another surprise.
Yes, that's one of the questions.
It did what was termed as, on its course, it entered into what is termed as the outskirts of Helios, and then it landed on Helios. Because it is not a comet, it is a ship. It is a great ship. And it did a temporary stop over at Helios. And then, in straightway, it will continue on its journey. Its journey is bringing it into the vicinity of Earth because it is what is termed an Andromedan ship in what is called the Pleiadian fleet, and it is here to recover or gather its incarnates, Andromedan incarnates that are present on Mother Gaia, just as Elenin is here in this vicinity to collect or to gather together its carnates from its home world. There are many ships that are coming to Earth. Many of them are here already. They are just waiting for the word for the event. Well, when the event happens, the ships will separate themselves from where they are. Such as Elenin will separate from the sun, creating two suns, and then it will straightway begin gathering its incarnates from the surface of the earth. Same with what is called the Andromedan ship. That one will also be doing the same. And it will be in a subtle way that people will not notice people beginning to depart in a way that will be seem magical to them. Yes, your question?
Zora, so the ship, Ison, is that parked over there on Helios, or did it leave?
Well, it was there for a short time, and presently it is in orbit around the sun, around your Helios, and it will be continuing its journey probably on the morrow.
To go back where? To go back to?
On its flight path. It has an elliptical orbit throughout the star system.
Okay. So this was just a special outcoming event for Ison of energy?
Ison is transmitting energy even now that is being felt on Mother Gaia. And this is good energy. This is not destructive energy. It is good energy. Just as what is termed as when it passed by the planet Mars, it bestowed upon Mars a blessing as well. It gave it an atmosphere. For re-terraformation of the planet Mars.
Not all ships can do that, can they, Zora?
No, not all ships can. One that is what is called planet size can.
Interesting.
Indeed.
So when it was coming through, I think there was also in conjunction with this comet coming with its special energies, there was also a planetary formation of a Merkaba, a six-pointed star, which actually had a formation, said that there was special energies that was coming in from the great central sun.
Indeed. Another portal.
Another portal.
Indeed.
So was that portal associated with Ison?
No.
Oh, okay. So there was another portal of energy.
Another portal of energy, yes. And it is transmitting energy from the universal central sun.
And so these energies that have been flooding us, what are those energies doing to us at present?
They are transmuting your DNA.
So that obviously affects our level of frequency and consciousness, correct?
Indeed.
So then, therefore,
in some cases, it brings about a little bit of unbalance in your standing, such as dizziness and things of this nature, because it is extreme energy coming upon Mother Gaia, and it will continue to come. Of course, as your body becomes acclimated to it, you will no longer be unbalanced.
Okay, so did we reach another plateau of where we are in moving towards higher fifth dimension?
Indeed. I would say if you were going to do it in terms of numbers, I would say you would be what would be termed as fifth and a half, if you so term it.
So we're not quite in 5-6. We're at 5.5.
Some are in 5-6.
Oh,
you are,
okay,
beloved master, and you know that already.
Right. I'm talking about generally speaking.
Yeah, I understand. Other beings are all very close to the 5-6 as well, and many are there already. They just do not realize it.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
When you walk out into Mother Nature and you go into the forest and you commune with the trees will tell you if you are there yet or not. Just listen to them, and they will let you know what level you are. And they will also give you forth energy for your being. You have what is termed as you walk on the ground barefoot in the forest, and many can do that because there's no areas for you to harm yourself in the forest, and your feet will, when it touches the earth, will be energized from Mother Earth. The energies that are coming forth are going into Mother Earth, and as you ground yourself to Mother Earth, then you receive those same energies that Mother Gaia is receiving now. The more that you connect or ground yourself to Mother Earth, the stronger you shall become. The less ill you shall become. The more healed you shall be. Get away from what is termed as your plastic souls. Get away from your leather souls. Do what is termed as, whenever possible, go barefoot. It's very difficult to go barefoot in the city because you have concrete. In case of New York, you have Central Park. Central Park is what is called a convergent zone of energy right there in the park. Go there. If you are in New York or New Jersey, go there and spend much time barefoot in the park. You will discover an energy so overwhelming that you will want to be with it constantly. And you will want to go there every possible moment you can, because it is what is called a convergent zone of energy right there in Central Park.
That's wonderful.
Indeed. When people are saying, I live in the city, I cannot go out with Mother Nature. Is there any area where you have grass? Many buildings have grass on top of them.
But there are
Gardens.
also many trees.
They are termed as gardens.
There are many trees. People can hug a tree and ground themselves.
Indeed. Go and hug a tree. Climb it if you desire, if you're able. You will find, I'm speaking to people that are having difficulty walking. You know who you are. People who have difficulty walking. I do not mean ones that are would be termed as cripples. I mean people just in general that have difficulty in walking.
Balance issues, perhaps.
Yeah, that is one. Go out in Mother Nature and put your feet upon the bare ground and just be there for long periods of time. When you exit the grass, you will find you will be in perfect balance, and you will not waver in your balance, because you have been balanced by Mother Nature. Those that are having, or what is called with canes and walkers, go out, if you're in the city, in New York, go to Central Park, have someone take you there, and walk with your walker in the grass, on the bare ground. You will soon discover you no longer need your walker, because you will be strengthened in your legs, your muscles. You will be strengthened in your feet. You will no longer have the desire to use an extra crutch, as it is so termed, because your energy will be your healer. Indeed.
Beautifully said, Zora. Speaking of grounding, however, someone had asked about putting copper discs on the bottom of their the bottom of their shoes or moccasins. Is that do you need to have that?
No, it is not necessary, unless you want the a conduit of energy going into your feet. The copper discs on the ground, there's a conductor, a receiver of energy, concentrated. And if you wish to put the discs on there, go ahead and do so. It can only be done with what is termed as moccasins. It would do no good to do it with something that has a plastic sole, or something that has a rubber sole, or something that has a leather sole. Save the, what is termed, when I mean by leather sole, I mean ones that are thick, that separate you from the ground. You have what is called moccasins that have a very thin layer of leather, meaning there is no separation from you and the earth. But yet your foot is still covered a bit, but does not hinder the energy entering through your feet.
So one could probably just get a round copper and just glue it on the bottom of that moccasin.
Glue it?
Yes.
What kind of glue would you put something on the bottom of a moccasin that would
I know that when we were making the headbands, we could glue the what do you call it, the copper onto the leather.